Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast, just another disc golf podcast. This week's episode is sponsored by Patreon member Brian Bickersmith. So what if the Falcons didn't get past the 30-yard line this week? We still appreciate you.
Is that an actual stat?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they lost by 30 and they didn't get past the 30. A couple reminders, the 2025 Wilcox WOW presented by Sheeley Roofing is coming up on October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Registration is still open for the PDGA A tier. It closes on September 29th at 8 Eastern Daylight Time. That's on Monday. EDT, are we in Daylight Time? I thought we were in Standard Time.
I think we're in Daylight Time until the time changes in the...
See, I thought that was Daylight Time because you bring it back. I don't know. That's just weird. I always had it backwards, I guess.
I couldn't tell you.
It's all fake anyways.
AI generated, probably. Also, the 2025 Stonewall Classic PDGA C tier is scheduled for Saturday, October 18th in Greenville, New York, and is open for registration. Are there any updates on the tournament, Jason?
Yeah, so this past weekend, I was working on the course. I've got like 18 holes playable, so I put out 2 Disc Catcher Sports on holes 16 and 18 to kind of make an 18-hole loop. There's a lot of spots that are not mowed, so I got to get to mowing those. So if you do decide to play it, I would keep a really close eye on your disc.
How are we looking on signs?
Signs I've got, they're not going to be ready for the tournament.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, because I'm doing the bird thing kind of at the same time.
Theme.
And the bird thing is taking a long time to do.
Let me know if you want to do temp signs.
I mean, I have most of the graphics from last year, but I'm like updating them to that new theme.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, temp signs would be nice though. But yeah, I've got a lot of work to do before the tournament. It's going to be pretty low key, casual tournament. If anybody wants to check out the 18-hole layout, I put it on UDisc under the inactive layouts right now. Maybe that'll go active soon. I don't know. I didn't want people playing it with like some of the roughs being really tall, but this weekend we also cut in hole 2, the new hole 2. So if you played the course before, after you finish hole 1, just keep going into the woods more to the left, go over a little creek, and it's kind of like an old overgrown apple orchard and short little hole in there. It's in a short position right now. Like after the tournament, we're going to continue to do clearing and it'll eventually be a par 4. But for now, you can kind of see that. And that hole connects back to the rest of the layout. And then this year, we won't play that temporary hole that was in field. Instead, we'll actually play the hole 16 in its par 4 position. So I'm looking forward to kind of having a more continuous 18-hole loop this year.
Nice. And registration closes October 15th at midnight.
Yeah, or whenever if you show up, there's probably going to be room. So just show up and have some fun.
That's also Eastern Daylight Time. Is it still? Yeah, because it goes till November now. Freaking Bush. I just mean because I've told you before, I have that trivia question. This week, Jason, Erich, Alex, Jaimen, and Corey are here. There are a couple events we want to go over and still a few leagues running to talk about. But I thought we could try to finish going over the updated PDGA rules for 2026 before 2026. Before we get to that, Jason, you gave us a question last week and you had a kind of a controversial answer. Basically, 2 discs that were almost identical. One was inbounds, one was out of bounds. The question was, what do you do? And your thought, at least, was you give the benefit to the player. So if you're not sure which is which, you thought have them both throw from the inbounds one and go from there.
Yeah, so let me update that question a little bit. Let's say instead of unmarked, we have the same initials and with the same disc. So we do mark them, but they're indistinguishable. Will that change anybody's answer?
I feel like you'd probably be able to distinguish between the initials just based on handwriting, but like I get where you're going for with, they are indistinguishable. What would happen there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does change it because they're marked now.
Yeah.
So to that point, if that changes it, then you're really penalizing them for not marking it, which per the rule, the first penalty should only be a warning. And after that, then it would be penalized. So my thought was, I understand the lost disc idea was actually, that's a pretty good take on it too. I could see that being argued. But if I throw my disc and I'm convinced that it went over the wall and then I get to it and I'm penalized as a lost disc because somebody else has a similar disc, it doesn't seem fair to me, because I could be totally convinced that that's my disc and so could the other person.
I don't know if it's right to say that because it if you mark your disc, now you are like looking at two different rules. But I feel like if you didn't mark your disc and then you threw almost OB and then you somehow get lucky with an interpretation of the rule to now get that much of a benefit to the player when all you had to do was mark your disc to begin with.
Yeah, so but then I think you're punishing, the crime doesn't fit the punishment because the punishment for not marking your disc is a warning.
Yeah, I almost feel like that rule is not punishing enough. A warning when you couldn't do something as simple as putting your name on the paper, and now we had this situation because of it, like because you're negligent.
I don't disagree with you. I do think the penalty is kind of light for not marking your disc.
Yeah, especially with like how, because you get into this type of situation where it would have been avoided if you didn't. But I don't know that that's like in the in the eyes of the law, if that would really hold up in court.
Yeah, I'm looking at it strictly from like the rule book.
Right.
So from the rule book, a lost disc is declared if a player cannot locate their disc in 3 minutes. So me as player A, I'll pretend I'm Corey Cook or whoever it was, I'm convinced that I found my disc, and so is somebody else on my card. So for me to take a lost penalty and have to go all the way hike back up that hill and rethrow, to me that seems unfair because of a shot that somebody else took or a disc that somebody else threw. My perspective was, well, there is a rule that says, and that was the one I quoted, when the flight, position, or status of a disc is questionable, determination is made by the group. And in that case, when a group cannot reach a majority decision, the ruling is based on the interpretation that is most beneficial to the thrower. So that's why I feel that both players should be able to play from the disc that was in.
Yeah, I get where you're going with that. I think that interpretation is almost too generous. I think what I said last week was, where else in the rules can two people throw from the same disc?
So it's generous to one person, but to one person it's completely fair, right?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And you also can't tell which
Is
one
it?
is which.
I don't know if that changes the calculus on it at all, though. It is very generous to one person. It doesn't need to be generous to both of them to be too generous. You know what I mean? It's not that kind of thing.
But to one person, it's fair, right?
Is it really? Because that person's playing on a card with somebody who should be throwing from out of bounds, but they're not.
Yeah, that's true. I was trying to articulate that, but yeah, it's not. I don't necessarily think it's fair to the field.
Yeah, strictly speaking to the lie is definitely fair to one person and extremely generous to the other. But in terms of like the bigger picture of the field event, the tournament, then yeah, it's not beneficial to
everybody but him.
Yeah.
And just to point out, I heard from Justin Michelli after this episode, and as far as people saying, oh, there's going to be some different, he said, I've actually played a tournament where myself and another player had identical mold and color discs, both unmarked. Luckily, we were both about to throw them on the same hole and noticed, so I put a smiley face on mine just in case. So it can happen.
Good idea.
If you have one of those like tournament in a box things where everybody has the same disc, and they put that in their bag, and then the next week they're playing in a C tier together or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, there was no specific rule that really resolves this. That's why I figured it'd be good for discussion.
Oh, it is. I like it. I think that, like others have said, that rule needs to have more teeth to it.
Yeah. And I don't think that if somebody were to go with the lost disc rule, I don't think that's wrong per se. I don't think either interpretation is right or wrong. I think both of them hold water. But I do feel like the lost disc feels a little more appropriate only because the rule about not marking your disc is weak. If you think a rule is too harsh or too lax, that shouldn't influence, the determination that you make.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I did think, since we're in the rule mindset, we never finished going over all the changes for next year. Minor changes says there's 6 changes. 801.02 enforcement, clarification of tournament officials' authority, clarification regarding disqualification. An official has always been able to overrule a group decision. However, this was previously indicated by inference rather than explicitly stated. This update makes it clearer. It also better defines the effects of disqualification. Tournament official or official is the person who is authorized by the director to make judgments regarding the proper application of the rules during play. An official's ruling does not need to be confirmed to be enforced and supersedes any group calls or decisions. An official who is playing may not act as an official for players who are in their division. Seems pretty self-explanatory, but if anybody wants to comment on that.
So they're saying that prior to the rule change, they didn't have like the trump card, and now they do?
I think what they're saying is the TD has always had the trump card, but it wasn't explicitly stated that they have the trump card. So, this is just a clarification.
The prelude or the intro to the change that.
Do you have to be confirmed, like no other rules to be a pro?
No, you don't have to be a certified official.
You don't have to be certified, but most of them are.
Yeah, there's a certain tier where you can no longer play if you're not a certified official.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it's not necessarily about knowing all the rules so much as knowing where to find the rules if a situation comes up.
Yeah.
Yep.
We know the more you know, the better it is.
Yeah. Then we got 803.01 moving obstacles, clarifying the definition of casual obstacle. This update clarifies that a casual obstacle, which can be moved by a player under certain circumstances without penalty, must not be embedded into the playing surface and is not a large item such as a large branch or rock. It specifies that obstacles that require more than one person to move are not casual obstacles. This update also presents these requirements in a list format for easier reading and reference. We have added the ability to clean up litter from the course.
Wait, hold up. Because now that litter rule is not included in the, can easily and quickly move by themselves part. So I'm going to CTK and I'm taking half an hour to get one of those washing machines off hole 11 to give myself a better lie.
I was going to say CPS. Like, oh, hang on, guys. I got to go get my wrecker to pull this burning car out of the green.
It says, B, a player is not allowed to move any obstacle on the course with the following exceptions. A player may move obstacles that are resting on the playing surface farther from the target than the front edge of the lie. A casual obstacle is 1. Any item or collection of loose debris, such as small stones, small unconnected branches, pine cones, leaves, or twigs, that the player can easily and quickly move by themselves, or other objects designated by the tournament director. And 2, not intentionally placed as part of the course or event. 3, not embedded in the playing surface. Number 2, a player may request that other people move themselves or their belongings. 3, a player may restore course equipment to its proper working order, including the removal of obstacles. And 4, a player may remove litter from the course. C, a player who moves any obstacle on the course other than as allowed above receives 1 penalty throw.
I think when we were first going over the proposed rule changes, we were really poking at the what is a small obstacle or whatever, because what's small to me might not be small to you. I don't remember the language being in the proposed rule change, but I know it's kind of making a joke about, like, or not even a joke, but me personally, something is no longer small if it requires more than one person to move it. So I'm kind of glad that they added that the player can easily and quickly move by themselves.
Yeah, they're not saying logs. They're saying twigs.
Yeah,
and
if you
branches.
and your caddy have to come in to move this,
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're saying small stuff.
Tree.
I mean, and I absolutely get what you guys are going for, but I could roll a log that's 8 inches in diameter, but I don't think anyone's arguing that that's a small branch.
So is it too vague?
You say easily, but if you're rolling it, it's obviously too big to pick up and move otherwise.
But it's easy. It's done quickly.
It doesn't say you have to lift it. It just says you have to easily and quickly move by yourself.
That's all. Yeah, that's it. That's the only...
The way it's written, it has to meet all of the conditions. So it has to be small and you can easily and quickly move it. So if the goal is, save time, then you're being unnecessarily restrictive. If the goal is, make bad lies more punishing, then you're making bad lies more punishing.
Wait, so I'm reading the new rule, and actually the way it's written, I don't think it has to be small.
I think it does.
It says any item or collection of loose debris, such as small stones, small unconnected branches.
They crossed out unconnected branches. They added small unconnected branches, but crossed out unconnected branches.
But the actual rule is just, if you take away the parentheses, it's just any item or
I see what you're saying. They're providing examples, but they're not limiting you to those things.
Interesting.
Although the intro paragraph does say not a large item such as a large branch or rock.
The only thing is, though, is their interpretation of the rule, which is just if I was to pull up the rule book, that won't be there.
Yeah. If you're not reading the update, if you're just looking it up in the app, you're not going to see the specification of not large items.
Yeah, it's going to have to be play by play.
When someone has asked, can I move this? And even before the rule change, I've always just said, if you can move it yourself, go for it. And that usually either they can or they can't.
Yeah, that still seems like a good rule of thumb, just logically in my head. But this certainly introduces a wrinkle in that.
It definitely clarifies, but it's certainly not without its gray area. But it's certainly a little less gray than it used to be.
It's going to be weird to enforce, I imagine.
Which I'm fine with them not overshooting a rule change.
Yeah, I think it's something really subjective. I don't think they're going to be able to quantify what's small or large. So
It's one of those 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, just if you can move it by yourself, then go for it as long as it's not part of the course.
But once again, it does sound like Jason just sent in a segment of the podcast instead of writing an email, and they listened. So, any other comments on that? All right. 805.02, disc above 2 meters, line of play relief after a disc is above 2 meters. Currently, the rule that allows the line of play relief without penalty after a disc comes to rest above 2 meters lives in 803.02, relief from obstacles. Many players are aware of this rule, however, have a difficult time locating this rule when needing to reference it. This update simply adds this option into the 2 meter rule to assist in locating it. No wording or rules have been changed with this update.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Well, basically the rule that they're adding is the whole like being able to, if you go OB, you mark your line and then you can push back further away from that original line. I think a lot of people will kind of like understand that 2 meters is quasi OB and you can apply that rule. But at least around here, we have such little instances of playing where the 2 meter rule is actually in effect. I'm sure that a lot of people actually aren't aware of this.
Just Warwick, as far as I know, right?
Yeah.
Warwick, there's somewhere else.
I mean, it used to be Minekill.
Oh, maybe Minekill is actually what I'm thinking of.
But it's kind of went on the wayside since we stopped doing it in the tournament. But technically, per the course rules, if you look at the sign, the 2 meter rule is in effect there.
So it's not a hard, fast rule. It's dependent on the course and tournament.
It's an optional rule.
Okay.
Yeah. But when they first released the rule where you could take relief back from OB, I remember one of the selling points that they said was it also applied to 2 meters. And it makes a lot of sense because, like, I'll use Minekill as an example. If you throw into one of those spruce trees, it's kind of like double penalizing. All right, now you have to like take the penalty stroke and then mark it in the middle of that spruce tree. It's like kind of a double penalty. So being able to take it back on the line of play was like a selling point when they first came out with that rule change. I thought it was just in the rules. I didn't realize they didn't add it to the 2 meter rule too.
I always saw it as utilizing your rules knowledge because you know you can't be penalized twice. So what are you going to do if I move it back? If the 2 meter rule is in effect, of course. If the 2 meter rule is not in effect, I would imagine you can't move it back, right? Without taking a penalty.
You got to take the penalty.
I always just thought it was a way to interpret the rules. And if somebody questioned you, you just have to explain. You would maybe show them and explain to them that, yeah, I'm moving it back just like if it was OB because I can't be penalized twice. I don't know. That was always my thought, not necessarily that it was written anywhere.
It's kind of a way to help remember at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one that like I think just remembering can help you out in a lot of situations. If you go OB knowing that you can do that, oftentimes will give you a better lie.
Like at Warwick, though, I'm thinking, I mean, probably one of the more common spots is hole 16. If you get stuck in one of those trees there, you're probably not going to have much issue playing right below it because there's so much space below those trees.
Well, why don't we ask somebody, Alex, did you have trouble on that hole after getting 2 meters?
That one, the famous one is not so much of an issue, but I did have one. There's the downhill one where you're going downhill and then you have to hook left around a big clump of trees somewhere in the middle, kind of near the entrance to the park.
Oh, it's like 8.
It easily could be 8.
Is that 8 or 9, Jaimen?
Or 10?
I don't know. But the number doesn't matter.
Wait,
The point is I got stuck in the trees and would have been a lot easier than trying to stick one leg and kneel and stuff like that. Would have been a lot easier to just back up a little bit and just throw around the trees from a standing position.
I think that is hole 10.
806.02 is pretty much the same thing. Out of bounds, line of play relief after a disc is out of bounds, like update 805.02. This makes this well-known rule easier to locate in sight. Again, no wording or rules have changed with this update. A lie designated by a marker disc placed on the playing surface up to 1 meter away from the point where the disc was last in bounds. After establishing this lie, the player may then subsequently mark a new lie which is further from the target and is on the line of play without additional penalty. 806.04, required relief area, name change, and more detailed description. Due to confusion about the difference between relief areas and casual area, we have renamed this section Required Relief Area. The more detailed explanation makes it clear that while a relief area is played like out of bounds, but without a penalty, you cannot also take a line of play relief or return to the previous lie without penalty. 806.04 Required Relief Area. A required relief area is an area designated by the tournament director from which a disc may not be played. B, a required relief area is considered and played as an out-of-bounds area, see 806.02, with the following exceptions. 1. The player does not receive a penalty throw as described in 806.02d. 2. Because the player does not receive a penalty throw, they may not take optional line of play relief without penalty, see 803.02e and 806.02b.2. And 3, the player may not play from the previous lie as described in 806.02 D1. They may still abandon their throw with penalty under 809.01. Does this even come up? I mean, is this something that...
I want to say that this has come into question at an event I was at some point. I don't remember.
Well, there's that thing at Heiser, isn't there?
Yeah. The thing is, no one ever throws into that wood pile and then doesn't take the drop zone, because it's actually kind of a strat. And I almost feel like maybe I did it at one point where, you just like, wow, I'm in the shit. Well, if I just throw into that wood pile, I have a circle 2 putt for drop zone with no penalty. But I feel like, and I think we did it correctly, where someone threw into an area that was like this penalty-free relief area, and like you were to mark your disc, at the line basically. And I think they asked, I can take the straight line back, right? And like, no, it's only for OB.
What about hole 34 at J Park prior to the basket change when it was flooded back there?
Yeah, see, the problem with that is you could never take a straight line unless you went like probably a half a mile through the woods and swamp.
Yes, I want to say it was a disc golf journey league that had like a relief area drop zone thing for landing in that flooded area. But I don't believe I ever played it, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, we had to put that in when the Beaver flooded it. We made a relief area because if we didn't establish it as a relief area, technically that water would be casual, which means that if you landed in it, you'd be like marking your lie over by Corey's house somewhere.
Yeah.
Or wherever that pond ends, I don't know.
And this is saying that basically you can't move your lie from that relief area to find a better vantage point because you're not taking a penalty. You're just in a relief area or a drop zone because of a relief area, right?
Yeah. When I played the Tim Selinsky event down in North Carolina, there was this one hole that caused a lot of controversy because they had called it casual relief. And it's hard to describe, but there was basically this area in front of the pin that was a dam embankment, and the basket was on top of the embankment, and they didn't want people walking and eroding the slope. The Army Corps engineers basically said, look, you can't have anybody on this slope. So they marked it as a casual area, and it's very wide. Maybe it's 10 feet tall, but it's maybe 80 feet wide. And the issue was somebody would land literally like, 5 or 6 feet from the basket. And because it was so horizontal, when they had to take casual relief, they had to mark their lie like 80 feet horizontally in another direction. It seemed really unfair. So I think in the middle of right before the tournament, they changed everything to make it a relief area so that you could take relief where it kind of went into that area, which made a lot more sense. But there was a lot of confusion about, I think, what a relief area was versus casual and how to play them. So maybe this rule, they at least cleared up some of the language in it so that it's more clear that it's required.
I remember you talking about that. Like you drew like a picture.
Yeah.
Like there was like a mound or like a hillside.
It was a weird scenario, but it definitely felt like not fair that you could be 5 feet from the pin and then be forced to, or how do they say it wasn't casual? It was like a forced casual, or maybe another type of zone. They might have named it
the same phrase that they use here, like required relief area.
Yeah, but they made you play it like casual, so you had to mark it on the line of play as opposed to where it went into the area, which they ended up changing to like hours before the tournament, I think. So there's a rule in regular golf, ball golf, that it's like a lateral hazard. I forget what it's called. It's a lateral penalty area. And basically, if you go into it, you can treat it like out of bounds and kind of like go where it went in or take it on the line of play. But you also have the option of playing it as it lies. I'm trying to figure out a way to do that in disc golf, but I think I need to get like a PDGA waiver for it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, none of the areas really allow for that.
All right. And then we got Appendix A, match play. Unnecessary throws are practice throw. After a hole is won in match play, additional throws are not allowed. A, 04 scoring. D, when a player can no longer win a hole, the hole is complete and play on that hole must cease. E, any throws after a hole is completed are practice throws. The penalty for a practice throw is added to the player's score on the next hole. That's something I thought we've discussed before as far as where to score it.
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell?
That was, I think, a different rules question, or applying like a rule penalty point, but like in regular, not match play. Like this is saying, like, say you're doing some match play, some PDGA match play, and you throw in from the fairway for a 3, and the guy you're playing against is still like 80 feet from the basket, but the best score he can get is a 4 if he was to throw it in. Like, he doesn't get to like throw that up shot.
Yeah. So I'm going to Jaimen. What are the chances that anybody enforces this rule at New England Team Challenge?
Low.
Yeah, I can't. This seems like, I don't know, not a like we look at match play for team challenge, but I don't know. I like being able to putt after I know I lost a hole.
Yeah, getting that extra putt in is sometimes helpful for, calming yourself down or getting yourself the confidence in the 20-footer. But I've played with some cutthroat people in match play. Not a ton, but every once in a while you get some people who are, really sticklers about the rules. So I could see it happening every once in a while, but I think the vast majority of people you play match play with are not going to enforce it.
Team challenge is different. Obviously, it's not a PDGA thing. And team challenge, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like a dick move, but like in the beginning of the round, kind of a dick move. If we're halfway through and it's 1-up, like, nah, dude, like this is a tight match. No. Also depending on how like the matchup is as far as personality. But for like an actual event where there's like money in the line or some PDGA sanctioned thing, like, yeah, dude, you can't win the hole. Like you throwing is giving possibly you an advantage.
Even as somebody who's not like a great putter, Evan has beaten it out of me. He's like negatively reinforced any practice putting, even just like fake putting, specifically so we didn't get docked points or I wouldn't get docked points. But also I would love to practice putt, but you just can't do it in PDJ rated stuff. I see it for match play, but like Corey's saying, if you're down holes, you can't be practice putting. Like that's not how it goes.
Just to clarify, the penalty for a practice throw is a player receives one penalty throw for making a practice throw. The throw itself is disregarded and not counted. So you'd be walking in a match play already having one throw before you've even teed off. In match play especially, that's a pretty big deal, no?
Yeah, for sure.
On one hand, I feel like in the spirit of golf, you should be able to finish the hole even if you lose it. But then I understand there's a potential to exploit that, because if in match play, you could score a 50 on a hole and it doesn't matter. So you could literally just be putting and putting and putting and putting. And so to, I guess, avoid that, the rule makes sense.
That momentum, yeah, too, as well.
In finals when you have like a time limit or something like that.
Yeah, because I could just be putting at a tree. But yeah, keep adding up the strokes. I don't care. I'm getting my putter dialed in.
Yeah.
As far as I know, for Battle Royale, summer and winter, even in team challenge, it was always, as far as I know, the rule was you can't play shots. And at least for New York, that was the rule. It's looked down upon. You know what I mean? If it's a casual thing, whatever, like Corey said, depending on the vibe of the person and the vibe of the card. But yeah, usually that was kind of always the rule, if I'm not wrong.
I mean, it sounds like these guys are a little laissez-faire about it. I'll ask this question again in March and April when Team Challenge Finals is happening,
Yep.
whether or not they're interested in letting somebody get an extra shot in here and there.
Yeah, I don't play any like competitive DJ match play events, and in Team Challenge, I can't see myself like enforcing this rule unless it's Corey and I at the battle thing and it happens next year somehow.
Yeah. If we're at J Park and we're blowing out some team like 20-0, like, yeah, bro, sure, go for it. Shit. And now if we're at J Park and we're getting blown out 20-0, hell no, bro. You better put that in that bag.
Hell no.
All right. Any other comments on that? Unnecessary throws or practice throws? I am interested to see if that actually becomes an issue, because as of right now, because these look totally new. So is there not a penalty for that? I just always assumed there was.
I thought there was, but maybe not.
All right. Well, there will be. So get all your practice putts in before January, when Team Challenge starts in a couple weeks. Speaking of, we were just talking about the Summer Battle Royale. Jason and Corey, has there been an update with your finals match for the pro side?
We are really close, after much deliberation, to picking out a course.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
I told Jason I'm basically free for about 10 to 11 days. Whatever day works out for him, I'll go wherever.
Yeah, this weekend would have been great. And then I just started working on Greenville, and I was like, oh, it's Sunday night. Damn.
Is Greenville not one of the options?
No, it's Minekill, Wilcox, or CTK, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember you guys saying, can't hurt to have a refresher. All right.
So maybe next weekend, Corey?
Yeah.
Or no, I have stuff next weekend, damn it.
Oh, of course. Classic.
Like I said, even if other than today or tomorrow, Tuesday, if I have to drive out to Minekill, as long as it's not raining after work or, whatever, or we just keep pushing it along.
Yeah, so right now I'm working up in the capital region, up in Cohoes. So Minekill wouldn't be any closer closer.
Oh, so
for me.
CTK?
I mean, they're all like pretty far from there.
Yeah, no.
CTK is probably closest to Cohoes, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I would think Cohoes is kind of like Troy area,
Yeah.
partial of the way there.
I like how Jason's very delicate, Cohoes, and Corey's like Cohoes.
Cohoes.
I'm actually at Crescent, but nobody knows where that is, so I just say Cohoes.
Mm.
All right, Corey. So maybe after work then, if it's not raining too hard.
Yeah.
Finish him.
And then I don't know if I have enough time. If you beat me, then we got to do that short layout then, right?
I mean, I would plan for it, but just know that we don't have to do it all in one day.
Bring Glotus. Got it. All right.
So we know what the pros are. As far as the AM side, Evan gave me an update with, looks like, is it Josh Lee and Aaron Holtby, was it?
Yep.
All right. Does anybody know where they played?
They played J Park South.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was 18 holes they brought him to. He said he just was a little off today, Josh. So good shooting, Josh, and good luck to Aaron.
Yeah, it looks like Josh won 5 holes. Aaron won 6. You said J South?
Yes.
What's 18 on J South, Corey?
Hole 36, baby.
That's what I thought. Yeah, so Aaron got him on that's a tough one.
That
It's
is
a good
a tough
finisher
one.
for a match play, I would imagine. Good scoring separation.
Oh,
It's actually a great hole to finish on.
So Aaron won 1 up, which means I believe the losers bracket finale is against Terry Hudson, and the winner of that gets to the place where the pros are at right now against Kevin Wen and has to beat him twice. So they're down to 3. You guys are still at 2. So it is getting ever closer to who will finish first in the fall battle royale.
Yeah, Terry would have to beat Kevin twice in order to take him down. So that'll be interesting.
Well, Terry has to beat.
Or no, he has 1 loss already, so he has to.
Yeah, but he's got to get through Aaron Holtby first.
Yeah, exactly. So he has to
You're
beat
already
him, and
just
then.
assuming. Yeah, exactly.
I guess I'm sorry. I'm playing favorites. It's Terry Hudson.
Either Terry or Aaron has to win 3 matches. Whoever wins that, and then they have to beat Kevin twice, or Kevin is your winner. Whereas Kevin just has to win once.
The layout. You can change the layout on this thing.
Oh, you mean as far as how to look at it? You know what?
On the
We're at the
bracket.
finals at this point. Then at this point,
I know we should have done this
maybe
like
next
6
year.
months ago. Yeah, and when it's to finish next year.
Yeah. In the last hour, Brandon Klein updated the 2025 summer/fall battle royale page. We're still waiting for the conclusion of the pro side bracket, but the AM side bracket has been moving along, almost coming to its end at this point. Defending champion on the AM side, Josh Lee, was taken out in a very close match by Aaron Holtby, who will face Terry to be able to challenge Kevin Wen in the final. Fun fact, both the players in the losers finals were sent there by Kevin, so I'm sure they're itching to get a chance at some redemption. All right, so that is the Summer Battle Royale. Did anybody play anything meaningful this weekend?
We set up some baskets at a wedding and threw some disc golf. That's about it, other than some casual golf.
Nice. Did you get any aces?
No, but Rob Gertzman got an ace on his wedding day.
What?
Nice.
On hole 9 at Prospect. Yeah. The morning
like
of.
an actual. Oh, I thought you meant
An
like
actual ace. I know. And dude, I did a speech. And literally, my friend lined me up. He punched it up, run the ace, and I said, Rob they don't know golf tournaments, so they said he got a hole in 1 in disc golf today, and I forgot to say he also got a hole, an ace with his wife. Fucking missed it. I'm pissed, but should have said it. But congrats, that's got to be an awesome. I can't imagine what a cool feeling. What a beautiful day.
All right. There was a couple events I was going to go over. The battle for Griffiss Gardens IV in Rome, New York.
I was trying to find a disc golf scene before. I didn't know that you were going to mention.
Once again, Evan beat you to the punch. But yeah, the battle for Griffiss Gardens IV, C-tier in Rome, New York, tournament director Jeff Darling, assistant tournament director Carletta Darling, had 75 players. Where's Rome, New York? That's up your guys' way, right? A little further north than you, south of Jaimen?
No, it's
Corey Way.
Central New York. Yeah.
West,
Rome
okay.
is probably about 12 miles west of Utica. Rome is kind of known for the Griffiss Air Force Base.
Woodstock 99?
Woodstock 99, yep, same spot.
I hear that was a train wreck.
I'm sure, yeah, there's...
No, that's the documentary, Trainwreck, Woodstock 99.
Yeah, if you were a Limp Bizkit fan, that was the place to be.
I hear they broke stuff, yeah. I'm sorry, I got a million of them for that thing. Did anybody here go to that? You guys were all like in your diapers, right? In 99?
No, my brother was there though, and if you watch the video, it's amazing. Honestly, the energy is incredible. I wouldn't want to be there, but seeing it is pretty cool.
So yeah, it would have been 8. I think we were coming back from vacation or driving out for vacation when it was happening. And from the highway, and the highway is maybe 2-3 miles away from the actual spot, that shit was crazy. It looked like the whole city was on fire.
That's funny. I always thought that was not far from you guys, but I mean, not that Utica is millions of miles away, but if it's even further west than Utica, which I imagine is further west than all you guys, it's a ways in the opposite direction than I thought.
My parents grew up where the original Woodstock happened in Bethel, like, a couple miles down from the road, so that was I couldn't imagine what that would have been like.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
I grew up in Sargedy, so I remember Woodstock 94.
Oh, what?
Dude, I was so close to going. I was like, I got my car, I got a 12-pack, let's go. And
what's the lineup?
Yeah.
At the time, my parents lived like maybe a mile or two from Winston Farms, where it was. Mm-hmm. And so I was like 9 years old and just hearing like Green Day and like stuff when I was trying to go to sleep. And then it was chaos because like after a few days, they couldn't contain like the people. And so everybody was just going in for free. And I remember going there afterwards as a kid, and it was just like looked like a total wasteland. It was insane.
Well, it turned out one of my buddies had it on pay-per-view, so we ended up hanging out watching it.
Oh, it was muddy that year in 94, wasn't it? Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fine clay in that area and a little bit of rain, and it just turns to total mud. They like mudslides, and like we went there after, and there was people just left everything behind. Like, there was hundreds of tents, and there's like tents and trees. And I remember being a kid and just seeing like, why would everybody just like leave all their possessions behind? And I know I have a little better understanding now, but damn, it was crazy.
And that sets the stage for the battle for Griffiss Gardens IV. Women's Amateur 3 looks like Sherry Fish is your winner there, beat Sarah Marie Hoffman. Timothy Tanner beat Wade Flanagan for MA3, beat him by 5 strokes. Jennifer Murphy won the FA2 division. Josh Manko shot -9 in MA2. Second place, Christopher Bowman shot even par. John Benesh won the MA60 division by 3 strokes over Guy Falcone. Carletta Darling beat Beth Spalding by a stroke to win FA50. Brian Rockwell, or Rock, won the MA50 division by 3 strokes over Donald Corbett and Jared Newman and Robert Virginia. No relation to Robert California.
Nah, long distance.
Yeah.
Great reference. Love it.
FA40 Women's Amateur 40, Stephanie Hartman beat Krista Kovac by 5 strokes. MA40 Patreon Terry Hudson beat Michael Crabble by a stroke, or T-Hud as the kids call him. Troy Vasari shot -12, beat Little AB by 3 strokes in the MA1 division. Justin Laurel also shot under par at -1. Janet Cranshaw won the FP40 Women's Pro 40 division. And Bobby Jones, the MPO winner, shot a -10, beat Stephen Romeo by 5 strokes, and Adam Keller also shot under par at -2. Bobby Jones playing MPO?
Yeah, it's a pretty short course.
And it doesn't look like there's any other age-protected pro divisions, so probably nobody in that division, so he just said, hey, I'll play pro.
Yeah, the pro field turnout didn't really... I was eyeing it for a while, and for the longest time, like, MPO had, I think, 2 people max signed up before, like, Bobby Jones Company signed up. But
So I assume you played that course or no?
Yeah, I've played the course probably, 12 to 20 times. I played the event maybe the first year. I don't know if I did first and second year, but it's a fun course, mostly open.
Nice. So yeah, congratulations, Terry Hudson and Bobby Jones, Troy Vasari. I mean, that's a pretty decent showing from this area, right?
Yeah, I think they all played the same layout, which means Troy would have won MPO.
Yeah, I would shout out Jeff Darling, the tournament director. I know he's listened in the past as a fan of the show. See him at a lot of events out there, and fun guy to be around. He comes with the Heiser a lot too. But I don't know the full specifics, but I know for AM's player packs included pairs of shoes.
Oh, wow. Really?
I think at one point they had to get more shoes, or they had to switch brands or styles or whatever, but there was like some nice, I'm pretty sure they were Gore-Tex, like Merrill, something else that were included in AM player packs. So I'm sure all the AMs pretty excited about that.
See, that's my problem. I would never sign up early enough to actually get any pairs. You know what I mean? You got to sign up early for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have any leftover 13s? You know what I mean? Like, that ain't happening. But that's cool. I mean, I assume they were like disc golf type shoes.
Yeah, I mentioned Merrill's Crosslander 2 mid-water shoes. Women's sizes were available. I think at one point they got different shoes as well. But and I know like towards the end of like playing AM, when you play enough events and you get all these tournament discs, eventually like I don't need any. So like getting other things that are utility in the game, like disc retrievers, shoes, bags, etc.
Absolutely. Stools,
granola bars, hot hands.
You know what actually would be a pretty cool thing? And I don't know if it was built into his bag, but I played with George Henry this weekend at Port Jervis, and he's got this thing. And again, I don't know if it's built into the bag, but like it's like stilts for his bag. And when he picks it up, they kind of fold up.
Yeah.
Mojo riser.
Okay. Is that an add-on or does that go with the bag?
That's a separate thing.
Oh, okay, cool. So, I mean, I just watched him using it. I didn't comment on it or anything. I just noticed it and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, you get a muddy day or something, snowy
Super
day.
nifty for winter golf, especially.
Yeah, snow. Exactly. Because how many times you add 5 pounds because you keep packing it in and that
Every time.
chunk underneath your bag gets bigger and bigger. Yeah. So anything like that, those are always a cool idea. Those, I don't know. How expensive are those, Alex? Any idea?
Little bit too expensive for a standard player's pack, but maybe a
$140.
Oh, wow. Okay, never mind then. Yeah.
They're nice, but yeah, $140 is a good amount.
Like an A tier or something.
yeah. It's like I don't know if it's just one guy, but it's certainly a very small company. They're not doing a mass produced yet, as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
You know, mass produced on a certain level, but not at a level that makes it less expensive.
Absolutely. All right. And the other event that we had this past weekend was the Artemis Unchained V Queen of the Northeast Series in Yorktown Heights at FDR. Andrea Romansky, tournament director, assistant tournament director Bara Jones, had 69 players.
Nice.
I believe they played 2 rounds of yellows. Some people played 1 round, which is, I think, a pretty cool idea. Having a tournament where some people can just play 1 round and others play 2. Jason, off the top of your head, do you know the difference between blue and purple? Because that's the 2 divisions she has set here.
I don't know the exact ratings points, but purple is, I think, the lowest or second lowest.
Okay, so blue is probably like the
highest.
AM, and the other one's like the rec or something like that.
Yeah, I think gold is pro, so I think blue is the highest AM, and then purple's like, yeah, so probably just like AM1 and AM4 or something.
Okay, so it looks like Tricia DeLapp won the purple division by 4 strokes over Kelly Valetti. Kyle Valetti won the blue division over Vanessa Morris. In the FA4 division, Morgan Ferguson won that with a +2. FA3 Women's Amateur 3, Megan Collins beat Mary Frances Kirschenbaum by a stroke. FA2 Women's Amateur 2, looks like Gianna Strelacci won that by 5 strokes over Patricia Muratore and Shayna DeSapio. They tied for second. I actually spoke with Shayna's caddy this past weekend. He said he was no help at all. So there's that. Yeah.
Thanks for coming out.
Linda McMurray won the FA 65 Women's Amateur 65 Plus division. FA 60 Beth Tanner won, shot a -3. Gunny Johnson won FA 55 by 1 stroke over Kendi Ethier. FA 50, it looks like Arita Masters beat Mindy Potts. Alex, what's going on there? Slacking off. No.
My mom definitely had a good comeback in that second round. I think she started off like 10 or 11 over, and then the second round was just 5 over. So definitely a good comeback story there. Hung right with her in the second round, but was in a little bit too much of a hole for the first round. She also won the CTP and won one of the prizes at the little Field of Dreams style prize throw off that they did at the end as well.
Nice. FA 40 looks like Stacy Blasdell is your winner there. FA 40 plus. FA 1 Quinn Powell shot a -9. Kelly Meisner came in second at a -2, and Julia Gibbard shot a -1 for third place. FP 40 Women's Pro 40, Alyssa Denson beat Sarah Nicholson by 2 strokes. And the FPO looks like 6th place, Margaret Sassaman shot a -1. Daphne Chen tied with Naya Henkin at -2 for 4th place. Katie Marcianez shot a -3 for 3rd. Elizabeth Seiper came in 2nd place with a -4, but your winner at -11, Cassandra Leoy. That's a name I've heard before. Where's she from? Shelton, Connecticut. Okay.
Too.
975 right around is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and you may have mentioned already, but when you asked about the color divisions, I'm pretty sure Andy said she did that so that they could play 1 round. It's pretty accommodating.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I remember last year, I think Jack's wife played because of that. I think I remember him talking about
I
it.
see Naomi Bradley.
Oh, so she played again. See?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. Yep. Third place, Blue Division. That's part of the Queen of the Northeast series, which they have their final October 11th in West Brookfield, Massachusetts. Does anybody know that course? West Brookfield?
Oakham.
Oh, okay, cool. You've played there?
No.
Yeah, you have.
Is that the place where we played for Team Challenge?
Yeah.
Oh, I get that mixed up with the Oak Ridge place a lot, which I think is not even around anymore.
No, that one is too. We're actually going to that one this year.
Or is it the Tower one?
Tower Ridge?
Is that? I thought
I haven't played that one.
I don't know if that was any of them.
Oak Ridge was like about to, but then I think they got pulled back. I don't know how, but
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Oakham it's a cool, mostly woods course. They do a lot of events there. One of the people who runs it is, I think her name is Liz. I don't know how you say her last name. Siper, something like that. She participates in a lot of these and is big in the women's scene. So it makes sense that they do a lot of those events there. There's a lot of support.
Nice. Looks like Amanda Porter's the tournament director for that final or finale. Everybody's getting fancy now with adding an E at the end of Battle Royale, that kind of stuff. Leagues are definitely winding down, but there are still some to go over. Looks like Jason Driscoll and Dennis Flynn had a -7 to win Gunk's Monday dubs. Saratoga Spa random dubs week 24. Jarapat and Parker Cerrone won that at a -15. Kisco Tuesday doubles was a tie at -7. Mitchell Pipes and Jack Bradley tied with Simon Ramon and Jason Adamski. Wilcox Tuesday doubles, Michael Ferraro and Nick Warren shot a -14 to win there. Was there a CTK Handicap League this week, Jaimen? Did I remember correctly that this was the last week?
Yeah, this was our season ender. Only had a few people out there, but it always kind of winds down that way a little bit. Lou Davis won it. We played the Reds, so he just obliterated his handicap. I think he shot 5 under on his own, and his handicap was 11. So he ended up with 16 under, which was really good shooting by him. He's been progressing all year, which has been cool. Yeah, and then we threw off for the ace pot, and that's that. Another year in the books.
So is there anything scheduled for the rest of the year other than New York Team Challenge for CTK?
No, just a little coursework here and there, but I'm trying to do less stuff in general. And since I'm the run stuff there's less stuff there.
All right. And what about J-Dub's Points Championship, Corey? Week 27, is it correct this week?
Yeah, it's correct this time. Week 27, second to last week.
The penultimate week.
What is it? Penultimate?
Penultimate, yeah.
That's second from last?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't know
Somebody will correct me. Cunningham's Law, man. Somebody will correct
me. That's right. You're right.
We had 16 people, which was perfect because that meant there was only 4 some.
That's always nice for this time of year.
Yeah. This week we actually had everyone kind of spread out as far as the guys that are in the top 6 weren't matched together or paired together. Mark Ox showed up, I think, for the first time this season, got paired up with Erich Bossenbrook, and they shot 11 down to win over a 10 down from Justin Muccelli, the point leader, and Lenny Rabune, who also beat out Brendan Sisk and Chandler Harvey, Brendan Sisk being the second place in the points. Going into the last week, Justin's in first with 270, Brendan in second with 259, I'm in third with 254. So barring some last week ace, I don't think they will see any differences there in the podium finishes for season point.
It was 12 points, though, last week, wasn't it? And now it's 11?
Between Justin and Brendan, I think so. I don't know that I have a screenshot of that. Eric got the free CTP on hole 18. I got the cash CTP on hole 7. Going into the last week, which has already happened by now, we played Jay West. And reminder that on September 30th is the end of the party. You do not have to have gone really to any week, so it'll come hang out. Danny Parton skill competition, pizza, beer on the cheap side. I'll have PBRs or Miller Lights. Don't expect 4 packs of Founders beers. And then we'll have some sodas and stuff. And yeah, come hang out September 30th. Possibly make some money on the accuracy competition.
Nice. Any predictions? Have you resigned that Justin's going to win?
Outside of me or Brendan getting an ace, at the very least, then I have not already ordered the new label for the trophy. I'll wait till Tuesday to do that, but I may or may not have the information already filled out.
Yeah, with that attitude, you're not going to win. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, I'm going to try a lot harder than Justin will if he gets paired up with Brendan.
And if you're like me, if you try too hard, you'll do even worse.
Alex, did you play Stony Kill this week? Week 26?
I did not. I actually was pouring a concrete pad at OKDGC that day.
Oh, all right. Any update there that you want to give?
Not a ton. This concrete pad is for the kiosk that we got built. There's a program at the local school, which is Ichabod Crane, where one of the tech classes just builds a thing, and you can submit a project and they'll build the project, and then at the end you've got a thing that was built by students, but you get it at a pretty heavy discount. So that looks pretty great. We need to get it onto the concrete pad now. Other than that, we only have a couple more holes that we need to cut in for the back nine. So fingers crossed before it gets too cold, we'll be able to have 18 playable holes. Maybe not with baskets, but, at least playable.
Nice. Sounds like a Eagle Scout project.
Very similar, yep.
All right. But as far as Stony Kill, Random Dubs Week 26 looks like Gene Gierke and Samuel Richter shot a -15 to win. Do you know how many more weeks that has?
That's it. That 26th week was the last week. So we have our final standings.
Do you know who won?
I do. It was Sam Richter. I believe his second win overall.
How many do you have?
I have 2 wins as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's your Dubs
I was the first one to do it twice. But Sam was fighting me the whole way on that second one for sure.
8th place, though. Although I will say you are surrounded by a lot of people who played 20 rounds to your 16, 20 plus rounds to your 16. So
yeah, considering it was a top 20 rounds counted towards your score, I'm feeling pretty good about being 8th with 4 less than the round cap.
Absolutely. But maybe I'll kick you in the butt for next year to get out there more.
Kind of how it worked is that I won it, and then I took 1 year, kind of a bit more lazy about it, and then I won it again, and then I took another kind of lazy year about it, and maybe I'll go back and try and win it for a 3rd time.
All right. Do they do any kind of skills thing over at J Park, or no? They're done. Nothing next week?
There will definitely be something. It'll probably be, grilling and, that sort of thing. But in the past, we've done ace pot throw offs, but I don't think the ace pot is high enough to really justify, a full ace pot throw off at the end. They might just roll it over into next year. But there will definitely be something going on, and there probably will be dubs happening that, don't count towards the league.
All right. Looks like Shen Creek Dubs Week 25 had their Season 2 finale. Cody Miller and David Chaikin shot a -13 to win there. And Rick Steeler, he came in second with a -12 and got an ace on hole 3. Deadbeat Dubs had no results. And then I had nothing on Thursday. I didn't even... This week club, they're done, or they're taking a break? Does anybody know? All right. Skylines Friday Handicap League, Gloasis, Mike Baglioni is your winner there. Ian McFarlane and Derek Yarrow shot a -11 at TGI FDR Dubs. Riverside Course in Port Jervis had Fun Day Friday doubles. George Henry and Quinn Powell shot a -15 to win. SPW Dubs League, Dan Perry and Cody Canine shot a -12 to win. And Cranmore Doubles League, Glow at Crandall, Charles Carpenter Jr. III and Brandon Waters shot a -10 to win. Nothing on Saturday, mostly the tournaments we've already talked about. Sunday, Wedge had their fall league week 3. The MPO winner, Ryan Nelson, shot a -12. They must have been playing shorts or something. Maybe the ace place and then some yellows. What do you think? No, anybody?
Probably.
It actually looks like they played yellow front, white back, but I don't know what got into Ryan there. MA1, Trevor Lambert shot a -6. Port Jervis Disc Golf Club Fall League Week 5, Jarling shot a -5 to win. I actually played in that. And so Long Island Sunday doubles, Joseph Lombardo and Sean Mahan shot a -10 to win there.
This upcoming weekend is Greenville Day.
Ooh.
So this airs on Thursday, so in 2 days on Saturday. If you got kids, it's a great thing to bring them out to. They have all sorts of stuff. They'll have inflatable rides, pony rides, food trucks. They got live music, hay rides to go through the area, some drone stuff, a reptile thing, Birds of Prey expo, Frisbee demo. Curious who's going to do that. Foam party. And then at night they do fireworks. And so the town of Greenville, instead of trying to compete with all the other towns around the 4th of July, they just wait till Greenville Day and spend all the money for fireworks then. So it's a pretty good show. But yeah, I'll be there probably with a tech disc, a net, a little circuit, some stuff for people to try out.
Nice. The Stonewall Classic, how different's the layout going to be? Is it pretty much the same as last year?
Yeah, 3 holes are different. So
are you doing that weird one where you got to put it in the little circle, kind of? It's more of an oval, but uphill. You're throwing from out of bounds. You got to get inbounds and stay in bounds.
With the 2 stone walls on both sides?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still in there.
Okay, cool.
The 2 holes before that are gone.
Those were the temporary ones, right? That were just there to kind of get you there?
Yeah, one was temporary that was like out in the field, and then one of them's like a more permanent one that had T-box going up the hill, a short little hyzer. So cutting those out, which reduces the walk to that next hole tremendously.
Okay, cool.
And the new holes that we're adding, so hole 2 is a short wooded hole that's after hole 1, but very straightforward. And then hole 16, we didn't play it last year because the grass was a little high. That's a wide open par 4 across that big
the field that we walked.
Exactly, yeah. So instead of walking across that, we're going to actually play golf along that.
I don't know why, but for some reason, walking across the field to find a disc is so much easier than just walking across the field to go throw a disc. I don't know what that is mentally, but
it's like wasting your steps, right?
Yeah.
I could be looking for a disc right now.
Right? I could be thinking about my next shot.
Yeah. So like I said, the course is a little rough right now. The grass is kind of tall. Some of the tees aren't really established. They're kind of overgrown, but we'll be working on it before the tournament. And if you're really curious to check it out, it is on UDisc on the inactive layout.
Are you looking for last minute volunteers? Sorry, Pat.
No, I was just going to ask kind of the same question. Whereas, do you have scheduled dates that you're looking at?
I've been extremely busy at work, so I've been kind of just doing this at my own pace. But chances are this upcoming weekend I'll be doing Greenville Day, so that's not going to do much. But
yeah,
after that, I'll be there most nights and weekends.
Okay.
I dropped out of the WOW, so I can kind of focus on this
really?
stuff. Well, I mean, yeah, it's also tough because I'm really busy at work. Taking off a Friday is kind of tough for the WOW. And I'm pretty sure that'd be impossible right now. And then also it frees up the weekend for me to get more done on the course.
That's a 3-day tournament?
Yeah, I wish it was 2. I like the 2-day tournaments. The Fridays are really tough for me.
Alex, that looks like a T-pad. That's
it
for
basically
the
is a
pavilion?
T-pad, yeah. But we're going to put the kiosk on it. It's close to where hole 1 is, but it's a little bit off to the side. And the idea is, it's this big giant thing, and then you drive up the driveway and you see it, and you're like, oh, I need to go that way.
Huh.
How's it, anchored? Are you drilling holes?
Yes. We'll have a masonry bit. We'll drill into the concrete. It's got metal things that the legs go into.
Okay. All right.
Is bracket the right word? Something like that.
Yeah. For like the deck.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
You need to prepare for 18 more kiosks. Get out there.
Yeah, basically. After getting this one done, we decided, or at least I'm very much leaning towards doing pavers because that seems like a much easier undertaking.
Disagree.
Disagree?
Yeah, 100%. As somebody who's done basically every T-pad you can. Concrete is just so much more permanent. It's so much easier to do the first time, honestly. It's not super fun, but none of them are super fun.
Yeah, no T-pad is.
Yeah, it's got the highest positives for any of the negatives.
Fair. I guess I'm a little bit biased because this one took more than 6 hours because it just refused to cure. We did it in an afternoon and it got very cold very quickly. And not cold, but cold enough that it didn't want to cure particularly quickly. So we were out there for several hours waiting for it to get to the point where you could broom finish it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess with better planning, maybe that'll work out a little bit nicer. Getting all of the concrete to the location that we need it to be at, especially when some of them are going to be in the woods, just feels like it would be easier to do it with pavers. But yeah, I guess you guys definitely have more experience. I'll just have to recruit more people to help for the next ones.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. I would say that you're going to have to carry the exact same amount of stuff out regardless of what you do. One of them is just going to stay there for the next 30 years, and one of them you're going to need to fix in 5.
My thought is once we get the concrete to the place, we still need to mix said concrete, which feels like a pretty significant extra step.
The way that I've always done it is we've had 2 wheelbarrows side by side and just people with a hoe and one person with a gallon of water just kind of going back and forth. If you get a good flow of them going, you can get the entire thing mixed and in the ground and leveled off in, 2.5 hours.
Right.
Where, with the pavers, you're going to have to tamp everything, get everything dug out, all that kind of stuff. There's 100% pros and cons to both of them. The nitty gritty of leveling out the pavers and making sure that everything is not rocking and that kind of stuff, that is so much more time intensive for me than doing it the other way. But I also might not be doing it the most effective way.
Well, we still got some time to make the official decision.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just have to do it, during the summer, during a time when, it's not getting down to 50, 40 degrees and taking forever to cure.
Oh yeah, for sure. That can definitely affect it. And the longer you go right now, the harder it is to do any of it with concrete.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a spring or summer of 2026 job.
So you mixed it all by hand with bags and wheelbarrows?
No, we rented a drum mixer because this is 6x10, and we ended up doing a 5-inch slab, which is a little bit overkill. But the specification for the slab came from the school because they were the one who built the kiosk. So we just went with what they said to do. That was a lot of concrete. I think it ended up being a full pallet of 80-pound bags of concrete. So yeah, that's a lot to mix by hand.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll echo Jaimen's thing that concrete it's more like labor, like because you're lifting all those bags multiple times. But the amount of work you save from having to meticulously move pavers and screed over and over, there's pros and cons to both. But if I had the option of doing concrete, I think I would at Greenville, but it wouldn't go well with the town and the vibe there.
Yeah.
Fair.
One last thing. Sorry, I keep piling on, but
No.
if you use a mixer, it's probably going to take longer. You'll get a more even mix. I'm sure Jason winces when I say it'll take longer, but when I did it with the wheelbarrows, you were able to get 2 bags done like simultaneously, whereas with a mixer, you got to wait for the mixer.
Yeah, I found even with a trough, it's easier.
Yeah, but that doesn't help with curing time at all. Also, I feel like a 3-inch pad would cure faster and would be plenty for a disc golf course.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot that we should have done differently in hindsight, but we'll figure it out.
You'll never have to do that kiosk pad again. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, a smaller pad, thinner pad, and just having the experience of having done it once would make it go faster for sure.
Oh, for sure.
We used the Parks drum mixer when we did hole 16 at Minekill, and it's like 6x10 or 6x12. And yeah, you do have to wait for it to mix, but that hour or so longer that it takes, I think you make up for that when you're all the other prep steps you don't have to do with pavers. But I think the way to do it is when I went to Parma, when they had the Silver Series there, I went out the week before and they were pouring concrete pads there, and they had those like buggies with the hoppers and tracks. They rented one of those. I think somebody in the club, knew somebody at the equipment rental, and they just had a concrete truck come and they would drive over to the concrete truck, fill the hopper, and those things are on track so they could go off-roading on the woods, go wherever they needed to, and they placed all the concrete like that. Granted, they were probably way over time on the curing, but you can get concrete with set retarders and stuff in it. And I mean, they probably didn't have to do like hardly any work other than just finishing it. So if you're going to do like all at once, like it's extra money to rent the equipment to do that, but you're talking like saving an insane amount of labor because it's all just heavy equipment at that point. Yeah,
getting like a little bobcat to get things out to where they need to be it certainly seems like a good thing.
Yeah, they make these I forget what they're called. They're these little buggies, and you stand on the back of them. They're smaller than like a bobcat, but they have a hopper. It's only maybe like a yard or so, and maybe you can get bigger ones too, but they're on tracks, and it's like, yeah, it's smaller than a bobcat, but just levers enough that you can kind of go off-road with it, and they go quick enough that you can go around a course and get everything done in a day. I think it took them the whole entire day, and that concrete truck was probably getting pretty hot waiting for them. But like I said, the amount of work they saved, they got all the T-pads done in one day. I think if I were going to do a full course with 18 T-pads, I would figure out some way to get them all done like that and not have to schedule 18 different work days.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Even for what we were doing, just the 6x10, getting a concrete truck, like it was significantly more expensive, but only by like $100, $200 or something like that, where we could have gotten like a short load of concrete from a concrete truck and done it that way, which certainly would have helped us out. But, for the extra couple $100, we figured it would go just as easy. But yeah, in hindsight, it might have been the better choice, but who knows?
Yeah, if you're just doing one, then it doesn't really make sense. But like if you're doing 18, I think that you're going to have enough that a truck could make sense.
Yeah, we'll certainly keep that in mind. Once we get to that point where we have 18 T-pads ready that we know exactly where they want to go, I'm sure it'll be some sort of logistics where we're actually trying to get a bunch of volunteers as opposed to just trying to do it with, me, my mom, and one other person.
They are called concrete buggies. I just shared a link to the Home Depot rental thing. We can get them.
Ooh.
There's walk behind ones or ones that you can ride on. There's all different ones.
Nice. Anything else, Jason?
No, I think I covered everything I want to talk about.
I feel like I kept you long here, but you kept
Well,
going,
I gotta-
so I wasn't going to stop you.
Renew my co-host status.
No, that's
fair.
Technically, I think part of today was summer, so you got one in the summer. So you've renewed your contract for at least another year. So as long as you're here once a season, and you just hit 2 seasons in one day, so
Yeah, it's timing's everything.
Yeah.
But no,
No.
I've been like crazy work. My supervisor retired 4 months ago, and they still haven't backfilled the position, so I've been doing it. It's taking a toll on me.
I don't suppose you're up for a quiz, are you?
I'm probably gonna bounce, but
Okay. Is everybody else good for a quiz?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm waiting for, baby.
It's like, that's the only reason I come on this fucking thing.
Dude, I can't believe you left that clip in at the end.
What's that?
I totally forgot I said that. The only reason why would I listen unless you were talking about me?
It's a valid point.
I mean, it just sounded so crass.
I didn't take it
It
like
was,
that.
okay,
Did
all right.
anybody
As long
else?
as nobody took it that way, I was like, oh shit.
it was good talking to you all, and look forward to listening to the quiz Thursday. And Corey, I'll reach out to you about playing this match at some point.
Ball's in your court, bud.
Before the winter. That's all
So
we
we're
ask.
thinking CTK.
Yeah, I could make whatever work.
Okay. All right. Let me check the weather and then get back to you.
Word. Sounds good.
All right. Later, guys.
Later, buddy.
Take it easy, Jason. Did you guys determine teams?
All right, so it's me, Corey, Jaimen, Alex. I feel like it should be me and Corey on this quiz.
Oh, the two guys that have not provided an answer and
Exactly. That's the whole. Yeah, exactly.
all right. I mean, I'm down for it. Listen, every now and then you have to establish a baseline.
I feel like we're gonna be like the Doms in this situation.
So it's Corey and Erich?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I like it.
All right, so we've got our matchup. It's Corey and Erich and Jaimen and Alex. Because they are the underdogs, Corey and Erich will go first
Underdogs to who? Shit.
to everybody.
Okay. Well, that's pretty clear.
All right, so Corey and Erich, I got 3 categories here. What category would you like? Category 1, 2, or 3?
What are you thinking, bud?
I think in memory of Jason being here and blessing us, we should take category 1.
That is a category that Jason would choose often.
Okay, I like it.
You good with that, Erich?
Love it.
All right, question 1, category 1. What word can be used to describe a small metal spike used to join pieces of wood, a part of a finger or toe, and a verb meaning to perform a task perfectly? What word can be used to describe a small metal spike used to join pieces of wood, a part of a finger or toe, and a verb meaning to perform a task perfectly?
Nail.
Yeah, it would be nail.
You guys agree?
Mhm.
Yes.
Is
Is the nail a disc?
Yes.
It's a sweet name for a disc. If you know it is for sure, then yes.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah,
Forged Discs, March 18th,
let's go. See, I told you,
2024.
Corey. Come on, dude.
Erich, Corey had no idea that was a disc.
For sure.
No, he's not guessing. These are not guesses. Put respect on his name.
All right. Jaimen and Alex, would you like category 1, 2, or 3? You haven't even started yet. You're already down 2-0.
Oh, shit. Do you have any strong feelings about this, Alex?
I do not.
All right, let's go with 3.
Sure.
All right. Question 1, category 3. According to a 1976 song by the Starland Vocal Band, what in flight might indicate afternoon delight? According to a 1976 song by the Starland Vocal Band, what in flight might indicate afternoon delight?
Skyrockets in flight.
That's what I had.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the skyrocket a disc?
It's the Skyrocket. It's a good disc name.
It sounds like one of the names that Discraft gives their like tour series discs, like Sky God and Cloudbreaker and stuff like that.
Discmania,
What did I say?
Discraft.
Discmania is what I meant.
Yeah. But those aren't actual discs.
Yeah, but it like a Skyrocket easily could be a regular disc. I'm just thinking that's what comes to mind when I hear that.
Yeah. I'm good either way. It sounds like a good disc name. I could also see it being like too on the nose to be an actual disc name.
Yeah, I think we should go for it. I think it's yes.
All right, I trust your intuition. Let's go with yes.
San Quan Pu, September 1st, 2025.
Nice.
It's certainly an Asian company, but it's because it's got lines over each A, but it's SANQIANPU.
I'd like to commend everybody on not making the sound effect for that question.
Afternoon delight. All right, so we're tied. Corey and Erich, category 1 or 3?
I say we stick with 1.
I love it.
You guys good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question 2, category 1. What word can refer to a routine behavior, a type of clothing worn by a monk or nun, or a way of doing something that has become second nature? What word can refer to a routine behavior, a type of clothing worn by a monk or nun, or a way of doing something that has become second nature?
Sorry, one more time.
What word can refer to a routine behavior, a type of clothing worn by a monk or nun, or a way of doing something that has become second nature?
Okay. What would be?
The first word that came to my head is habit, and I can't get it out of my head now.
That's definitely not it. What would a monk would wear? Oh God.
I can't think of a robe. What would a nun wear? What would you call that get up?
But it has to also do with the second nature, almost like lights out type of concept. What was the answer for nail? Shit, monks wear why can't I think of the garb that they wear? I know what, like, at St. Rose, what do they wear? God damn, I can't think of the name of the robe.
I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to work the nun angle, but I can't.
Oh, you got nothing.
Second nature.
Think of any nun. Can you think of any monk's clothing?
Yes. Now what? No.
Name them.
Oh yeah, robe. No.
It's gonna be I'm gonna be so mad.
I know, me too.
I got nothing. I don't know why I'm blanking out. It's gonna bother me because I know what it is, but
All right, well,
robe,
either robe or habit, but I feel habit.
You know what? Let's go habit.
That was my first thought.
Love it.
You guys agree?
Sure.
Is the habit a disc?
No
fucking explode.
way.
Are you kidding?
I really thought we were going to steal that. Oh my god.
Dude, Corey, I love you. I knew it. See, this was...
There's no way. There's no way.
There's no
Corey.
way.
This is amazing. I can't believe you... And we zigged exactly when we should have zagged, and I loved it. We almost went robe. We didn't. All right. So, hold on. What the fuck was the answer? Habit? All right. Is the habit a disc?
Yeah, it is.
It sounds like a good disc name. I'm not against it. Let's say yes.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plastic Addicts, April
Let's
6th, 2016.
Great job, Corey.
All right. Jaimen and Alex, what category? 1 or 3? Category 2 will be used at a later date.
So we got nail and habit.
Yeah, I'm good with either of them still.
Yeah, I have a vague guess at what category 1 could be, but it could easily be proved wrong. It doesn't really help us at all.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go with 3 then. Let's get a chance at figuring the other one out.
Question 2, category 3. What legendary British rock band known for its hits like Stairway to Heaven and Whole Lotta Love was formed in London in 1968? What legendary rock band known for its hits like Stairway to Heaven and Whole Lotta Love was formed in London in 1968?
Why can I not remember who did Stairway to Heaven?
Oh, Led Zeppelin?
Yeah,
Led
it's
Zeppelin did Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Is the Zeppelin a disc?
Yes.
I
that
believe
one
you.
is. Yeah, it's a catch disc.
Discraft, November 27th, 2011. Ace Race.
I love that the age group is so that's a question that might not be answered. That's so crazy.
All right, Corey and Erich, category 1 or 3?
Stick with 1. I mean, dude, you're crushing it right now.
Well, I mean,
I'm
nail
loving
was
it.
kind of a softball.
Dude, you're talking yourself down. I don't like it. All right.
Yeah, let's stick with 1.
Yeah.
All right. Question 3, category 1. What word can mean a solemn promise, a word of profanity, or a formal declaration to a higher power or authority? What word can mean a solemn promise, a word of profanity, or a formal declaration to a higher power or authority?
Swear. I say swear, Eric. You got anything?
It would, to me, I'm thinking something more like,
To swear is like profanity. I swear.
yeah, if it is profanity, that does count. Yeah.
I forgot what the first part was, but
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm thinking chaos. I'm thinking more like a more deeper sense, but swear makes perfect sense to me. So I like it. I like swear. You want to go with it?
yep.
All right. We're going with swear, Pat.
Jaimen and Alex, what word can mean a solemn promise, a word of profanity, or a formal declaration to a higher power or authority?
I wasn't even thinking because I thought you got that one.
I thought it was swear at first as well, and then I was like, maybe it's like oath.
Oath, is that a profanity?
I don't know. There's something in my head that is like vaguely oath is, I don't know.
Can we hear it one more time, Pat?
What word can mean a solemn promise, a word of profanity, or a formal declaration to a higher power or authority?
Declaration to a higher power or authority.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking like religious, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be a higher authority, which could be anything.
Maybe I'm just conflating like swearing and oath. Like you swear an oath, so that's making me think profanity.
I mean, I don't have anything, but like I don't think profanity at all with that. But I have no other like suggestion. Yeah, I can't really think of anything. That's a tough one. I was just like, as soon as they said whatever they said, I forgot already. I just figured that was it.
Yeah, I mean, what else could mean profanity? It could be a curse. Could be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at first, but that doesn't make sense with the other stuff.
Yeah, I got nothing. What are other words for profanity? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with going with oath just because I can't think of anything else, and it's a steal. But man, this one's gonna bug me. I feel like we're gonna hear it like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, let's go oath. I'm not picking up anything else either.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is the oath a disc?
All right, I'm
All
impressed.
right.
I'm interested to see like where oath comes from. That's cool. Is the oath a disc? I think it is.
It certainly seems like a disc. Yeah, I got nothing besides it seems like it. So let's go for it.
I like Alex's instincts on that one.
We're going with yes.
Yep.
Negative, October 21st, 2024.
Oh, I hate when you do that so much.
Yeah, who was the other negative one that did that?
I forget,
I don't
yeah,
remember.
but there definitely was one.
From episode 244, October 11th, 2024.
Randy and Alex, what do you got? One or two?
I am good either way, as usual.
Well, we messed up the last one in 2.
Yeah. I'm happy to go to 1.
Yeah, let's go to 1.
All right, let's go to 1.
All right, question 5, category 1. What term describes a formalized series of actions or ceremonies often performed in a specific order, typically associated with cultural or religious practices?
Sounds like a ritual.
Yeah, I like that.
You guys good?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Is the ritual a disc?
It doesn't sound like a disc.
No, I want to go no.
I think I'm happy with no.
Mm-hmm.
Negative, February 8th, 2024.
Negative.
That's it. That's negative. That's
Yeah,
whole
it doesn't say negative
brand.
discs or anything, just negative.
Golly.
So it's 8-8.
So, oath is a solemn, formal promise or declaration, often with a sacred object or deity, but it's also like swearing is in an oath as well. So it's kind of like a dual term. So it makes sense. Good steal. He got oath.
All right, Jaimen and Alex, you're up 6-4. Would you like category 1 or 3?
I'm still good with either of them.
The category for 1, like, so far is holding true, but it doesn't help me at all. So yeah, let's go 3.
Okay.
All right, question 3, category 3. In the original TV series, Beavis and Butthead, what band's t-shirt would their neighbor Stuart Stevenson most often be wearing? In the original TV series, Beavis and Butthead, what band's t-shirt would their neighbor Stuart Stevenson most often be wearing?
The only shirt that I can see in Beavis and Butthead is AC/DC, like in my head, but I don't think it's right.
I
feel like that's
you.
one of the main characters. That's the only band I can think of.
Can we think of any other flying thing? Like
Oh,
rock band
okay.
associated with flying things?
Yeah, I like that. Good call. Let's see, Skyrocket.
Could it be Jefferson Starship?
Oh, I was gonna say Jefferson Airplane, but I might have made that band up. But yeah, that's Jefferson Starship. I like that. That's something.
Like Starship seems to kind of make sense, and it seems like a band that would irk Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Is like what's a band that they wouldn't like?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of other bands from that era, but yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm getting nothing else, so let's go for it.
You guys
Jefferson
agree?
Starship.
Going with Starship? Yeah. Both are actually bands, Jaimen.
Phew.
I want to say it's one of those where they broke up a bunch, and there was Jefferson Starship, then just Starship, and yeah.
Okay.
That being said, Corey and Erich,
Oh,
in
shit.
the original MTV series, Beavis and Butthead, what band's t-shirt would their neighbor Stuart Stevenson most often be wearing?
That's a deep cut. I do like where their heads were at with the flying, keeping with the Zeppelin, the Skyrocket. They said Starship.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to work the same angle. This sounds more up your alley.
Evan would be is going to be so upset when he's listening, sees me screaming at it, but it's a deep cut.
Yeah, I was with Jaimen. The only thing I could picture is the AC/DC shirt, and I am definitely a little too young for Beavis and Butthead, but
I definitely remember I used to play a Beavis and Butthead video game. I was just old enough for it to be around. I remember Gwar was definitely a big thing, Pantera, but I'd imagine the neighbor would be the opposing side. So that makes sense. What would be something that Zeppelin, Skyrocket?
I can't think of any other. I mean, I'm just thinking of other bands like Van Halen and
Any Aerosmith, the Eagles.
I liked Aerosmith, even though it didn't really feel like it. I mean, it's half it.
Right, but like, right, it almost could be like a rock ballad maybe that they don't like.
I did kind of like Eagles too.
But yeah, but that doesn't fit. I feel like,
And I also feel like we had an eagle for an answer already.
you know what? It's a steal, Aerosmith. Let's just go
Yeah,
Aerosmith.
let's just go Aerosmith.
Aerosmith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were looking for Winger. Winger,
Never heard
which is
of that
not
in
a
my
disc.
life.
But Corey, wait until episode 301. I'm bringing Eagle back. All right, so halfway through, Jaimen and Alex are up 6-4. Corey and Erich, that was a steal. What category would you like, 1 or 3?
What are you thinking?
1.
All right, let's go with 1.
Question 4, category 1. What word can be used to describe a continuous run of luck, a line or mark of a different color, or what Frank the Tank did in the 2003 film Old School? What word can be used to describe a continuous run of luck, a line or mark of a different color, or what Frank the Tank did in the 2003 film Old School?
Streak.
Streak.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Is the streak a disc?
I mean,
I would say yes.
a streak is a good thing. Yeah, but that's bait. We're in baiting territory right now. You know what I
I
mean?
ain't getting baited. It's a disc.
Okay. All right. You've been playing for a lot longer than I have, so I'm going to lean to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
calls
probably
you
a
old,
fucking
Corey.
also a trap too.
That's a disc. Watch.
All right. Okay. Yep. It's a disc.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yep.
Climo Disc
Let's
Golf,
go, dude.
June 23rd, 2025. All right. You were tied, but Jaimen and Alex, you're questioning the whole category 1 or 3.
I'm good with either one. Was that one question 1? That was, right?
Yeah.
That was category 1, yep.
Again, my guess for 1 is holding true, but it's not helping. So my instinct is go 3.
Okay.
All right. Question 4, category 3. What American rock band known for eccentric style and for performing the South Park theme is fronted by bassist and vocalist Les Claypool? What American rock band known for its eccentric style and for performing the South Park theme is fronted by bassist and vocalist Les Claypool?
I believe that's Primus.
Primus. Yep.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is the Primus a disc?
That feels like an awful disc name.
Yeah. Gonna go with no.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm very happy going no.
Okay. Just on principle.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Phew.
Not baited.
It sounds like both question 3s were a little tricky and both question 4s were pretty easy. Maybe I just should have flip-flopped them, but it worked out in the end.
Balanced out.
Yeah. 2 rounds to go. Corey and Erich, you're down 2 points. What category would you like, 1 or 3?
I think we stick with 1.
Yeah, love it.
All right. Question 5, category 1. What word can refer to the central point of attraction, a verb meaning to concentrate attention on something, and a car that ended production in 2025? What word can refer to the central point of attraction, a verb meaning to concentrate attention on something, and a car that ended production in 2025?
Erich, what do you think?
Focused.
I like focus.
Do you guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah,
Is the focus a disc?
Yeah, it is.
I think it is. Yeah,
Discraft, September 9th, 2009.
I told
And
you,
we're
buddy.
tied again. Jaimen and Alex, category 1 or 3?
I mean, of the 2, I'd rather have the question 6 for 1, but if we take it now, then we'd just end up getting both 6s. So I think we take 3.
Okay. I like that logic.
All right, question 5, category 3, meaning utmost or ultimate, but not starting with you. What is the name of the Boston-formed band that provided More Than Word? Meaning utmost or ultimate, but not starting with you. What is the name of the Boston-formed band that provided More Than Word?
I do not know this one.
Utmost or ultimate? Okay, so it means like utmost or ultimate.
So like top or peak or extreme,
Yeah.
and it's a Boston-based band. I don't think that helps me at all.
Yeah. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. I mean, that is the pinnacle of 90s ska.
Are they from Boston?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would hope with a name like that, but also
I never put that together. That's why although mind you, I kind of just eliminated it as a possible answer, but I don't think there's a disc called the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, so I don't feel bad about it. But no, I mean, that makes sense.
I think the Venn diagram between people who enjoyed ska music in the 90s and played disc golf is almost a complete circle.
But here's the thing. I enjoyed that type of music. I hate the name of that type of music.
Ska?
It just
You don't
drives
like
me
the words?
fucking crazy. I don't
I
know
get
what
it.
it is. I have no explanation, but it drives me fucking crazy.
I know
we
what you
just call
mean.
it fast reggae.
Real quick, Corey, you posted about a video game soundtrack,
Yeah.
Crazy Taxi.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't beat it. Whatever. Just saying.
Yeah.
Nostalgia and music from back in the day just seems like it was better. Which I'm sure my parents said the same thing. They're about my age.
Well, yeah, but they were playing Pong with their 8-track on, so it didn't matter.
They only had 8 bits to make noise.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Man, Alex, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like Genesis is a band. I don't know why I think they're from Boston. Like, there's no reason for them to be. Maybe there's a lot of conservatories in Boston, and they were like a real music school band. But it doesn't really make sense. It's like almost the opposite of Ultimate. It's like the beginning.
Yeah.
Crap. Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, I'm just like best or most or
Supremes? It doesn't start with a U. I mean, they're definitely from Detroit, right? But
I don't know.
Meaning utmost or ultimate, but not starting with you. What is the name of the Boston-formed band that provided more than words?
provided more than words. That's throwing me through a loop too. What does that mean?
In my head, I just processed that as performed more than words, so I assumed the song name was more than words.
Oh, interesting. That doesn't help me at all, but that probably makes sense. I was assuming that meant they had a lot of instrumental tracks, which is why I thought of Genesis, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. It didn't help me, so I didn't really focus on it.
Yeah. Wanted Supremes?
It's as close as I got, so let's go for it.
Going with Supremes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Corey and Erich, meaning utmost or ultimate, but not starting with you. What is the name of the Boston-formed band that provided more than words?
Funny thing is, I know Aerosmith is from Boston, but I know that's not the answer.
Utmost or Genesis.
Okay. One more time, please, Pat. Sorry.
Actually, it's a steal, so I don't repeat steals because I've already said it 4 times.
You know, you're right. I don't deserve it. I should have listened the first time and the
Not a
third
matter of
time.
deserve, yeah.
It's a matter of principle.
Yeah, I say Genesis.
Genesis? All right, let's do it.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yep.
Actually, Alex said it at one point. We're looking for extreme.
No shit. I know. I fucking even thought that's such another deep cut.
Discraft, January 1st, 2000.
I threw one of those discs once and it like hurt my soul. They're so overstable.
Am I correct now that we're tied going into the last round?
Yes, we are.
That's what I got.
Bing
All
bong.
right. Corey and Erich, which question 6 would you like?
Stay with one.
Yep, I like it.
All right. Question 6, category 1. From the Latin for to mock, what word can describe a deceptive appearance, a magic trick, and a type of artwork that plays on our perception? From the Latin for to mock, what word can describe a deceptive appearance, a magic trick, and a type of artwork that plays on our perception?
I mean, we're thinking illusion.
That was the first word that came to
thing
me.
that comes to mind. But is that too obvious?
For question 6, I want to
Yeah, I
say
would
yes,
say so.
but at the same time, the entire category has seemed fairly soft.
Yeah, but it's not without his, it's question 6 is usually a curveball. That's like usually on brand.
I'll say, let's ask Pat to read it one more time. We both came up with illusion.
We'll listen.
Let's go from there.
From the Latin for to mock, what word can describe a deceptive appearance, a magic trick, and a type of artwork that plays on our perception?
I don't know where mock comes from illusion, or where illusion comes from mock, though. Seems kind of odd that they would use 2 different first letters.
I mean, to mock just means to mimic something, or like it could be like so it could lead to an illusion.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate. Is there a reason why we go with something other than illusion?
I know. I'm also trying to think of anything else because it's so obvious. Is it like the magic eye? Do you remember magic eye illusion? I don't know. You want to just go illusion?
Yeah, let's just go illusion.
All right.
Is the illusion.
Oh,
shit.
I think the theme of this category was to make you second guess yourself.
I mean, also because you had to second guess yourself because you thought we were going to lose, and we're doing just fine, buddy. But this is beta territory.
Yeah, I say illusion's a disc.
I think it is a disc as well, though. Yeah.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Gateway Disc Sports, May 27th, 2004.
Let's go.
I figured it was just the inverse of the one word, multiple definitions. It's now multiple definitions for one word thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you thought the category was?
Yeah.
Anybody else have an idea what the category was? Nail, habit, oath, streak, focus, illusion.
Not particularly.
Words.
Yeah.
They're all things you can break. You can break a nail, you can break a habit, you can break an oath, you can
That's
break a
a good
streak,
one.
you can break focus, and you can break an illusion.
You slippery little bugger.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like it.
All right, so for the tie, Alex and Jaimen. Question 6, category 3. What EDM pop duo known for its hits like Closer and Don't Let Me Down consists of Andrew Taggart and Alex Paul? What EDM pop duo known for its hits like Closer and Don't Let Me Down consists of Andrew Taggart and Alex Paul?
We chose the wrong category to commit to tonight, Alex.
So I'm assuming it's not like modern pop.
No.
I mean, EDM duo first thought was Daft Punk, but I'm pretty sure it's not them.
Yeah, I've never heard either of those songs. I've listened to a lot of Daft Punk in my days. Devo's not a duo, and it's not... Wait, what was the category of music again?
I think it's just bands.
EDM.
EDM, thank you.
There was one song that was relatively recent.
Don't Let Me Down? Or
Wait, does it count as relatively recent if it was popular when I was in college?
which one?
Closer. Was that the Chainsmokers?
I like that. I've never... Closer is like such a vague name for a song that like it's probably only been used as a name 100 times. But I'm with you on that, man. I've got nothing.
It was poppy. I'm pretty sure it's an EDM song, and I don't recognize the other song. So that's all I got.
Sounds good to me. Let's go with it.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
For the tie is the Chainsmokers, a disc.
That's got to be a disc, right? The Chainsmoker?
Oh, yeah. No, it's got, basket chains. Yeah.
This is disc golf.
Disc golfers are known as smokers, yeah. So my instinct is yes.
All right, I like it. Let's go with yes.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Disc Pro, September 23rd,
Wow.
2024, and we're tied.
I was
Nice.
screaming.
Tomorrow's its 1 year anniversary. It's my favorite disc in the world.
As somebody who used to go to like big raves and festivals, I knew the answer. I was dying inside the entire time. And when you said Chainsmokers, I knew it was over.
I had the memory of it from
Exactly,
college,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that was
Closer
10
was
years
huge
ago.
at the time. Yeah.
Like the only Don't Let Me Down song I can think of is I'm pretty sure the Beatles. So I was like totally out.
ELO?
That's the one I was
Or no,
thinking of.
that's Don't Bring Me Down.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
The Bruce song?
Yeah.
Bruce? All right. So we got a tiebreaker here. You want to do 2 different discs? Whoever gets closer? What do you think? Or do you want to do 1 disc?
I do not have any preference.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with the 1 disc. I'm good with either one.
This is all a work in progress.
Okay, how about this time, since it's only 2 of us per team, we take 2 minutes to confer, or 1 minute, via messenger or text, however you want to do it, or mute yourself and call each other on your phone. And we submit 1 answer to Pat, and we try that out.
All right. Well, as a test run,
Corey, I'll message you.
Okie dokie.
Corey and Eric, you guys are up first.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Well, I'm going to give you the disc. Or do you want me to message it to you?
Oh, no, I thought we were going to vote on 1 disc. Like, you were going to read to both teams the 1 disc, and then...
Oh, you each get 2 minutes at the same time.
Yeah. Like Final Jeopardy.
Explain it to me like I have no idea what you're talking about, because I have no idea.
I'll explain it to you like you understand Final Jeopardy. You are Alex Trebek in this scenario, or actually Ken Jennings, and you're going to ask a question on the year of a disc, and then you'll play an elongated version of the do while me and Eric message each other, and Alex and Jaimen will message each other like, oh, I think the year is 2006. And we'll kind of go back in a hastily fashion, and then one representative from each team will message you separately with the team's answer.
Okay, so I'm going to set up a timer for 2 minutes real quick.
Oh, shit.
How long is that theme song?
I feel like it can't be more than 30
It's like a
seconds.
minute 10. I could actually put it on here real quick.
Length of final...
It's 30 seconds
It was
for
30 seconds, yeah.
for Jeopardy.
It's pretty short.
Oh, it's 17 measures, though, when playing at 136 beats per minute, which is 30 seconds.
Corey, check your messages. Make sure you got me.
This is about a minute 10. So the disc you'll be debating on is the Heat. It's the Discraft Heat. Your time starts.
Is it a disc or is it a miss? The trivia is tricky, it goes like this. Catch the spin, catch the throw. But do you really know? Do you really know? Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the name. Spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground? From the Hudson Valley, sky so blue, we're tossing riddles straight at you. Chains might jingle or the wind might steal. What's your answer? What's the deal? Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the name. Spin the questions round and round. Will
perfect.
You guys heard that now?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Halfway through it, I started thinking more like you were Regis Kelly and I'm some idiot from Nebraska who just called his brother about some answer that he didn't even have a fucking idea on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So once the music was on, I just felt like a ooh.
I didn't understand any of that. But
Oh, somebody did, I think.
I didn't. I kind of did.
Someone's ever watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Regis?
I got you.
Did I say Regis
I just
Kelly
found out
first?
that one of my colleagues was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire like 20 years ago.
Oh, really? It's kind of sick.
okay, well, after all that, the good news is it's still tied. So you guys both picked it 2014.
No way.
I don't even know if Jaimen discussed it with Alex because he answered so damn quick. So that kind of threw me. So I gotta get a little more.
We really both said 2014?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it immediately because
wild.
that was the year I started playing, and it was the Ace Race, and
Mhm.
that was like my first event ever.
Damn.
Damn, me and Eric were just like, I feel like mid 2010s. And I'm like, the first one that came to my head was
Literally.
2013, and he said 2015. So we just said 2014.
So we went 2014. It was a total
Yeah.
guess.
I told Alex the answer, then spent the rest of the time listening to the song and explaining.
All right, so we'll try it one more time. I think this one's a little more, should be variable. This time we're looking for the Innova Champion Discs Shark. Shark, your time starts now.
Is it a disc or is it a miss? The trivia's tricky, it goes like this. Catch the spin, catch the throw. But do you really know? Do you really know? Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the name. Spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground? From the Hudson Valley, sky so blue, we're tossing riddles straight at you. Chains might jingle or the wind might steal. What's your answer? What's the deal? Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the name. Spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground? The basket's waiting, hearts are racing, trivia's flying, no time wasting. You got the aim, you got the shot. Disc or no disc, give it all you got. Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the name. Spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground?
All right, we've got answers. I will say that I think we've just figured out when we play the full song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tucker's
maybe.
going to hate this episode.
At the beginning of it, Disc or No Disc, I do the little short thing. If we get to a tie, that's the only time you hear the full length song.
It's the first tie I've ever been in, actually.
This is the first double tie, that's for certain. But we do have a definite winner this time. The Innova Champion Discs Shark. Corey and Erich said 2003. Jaimen and Alex said 1998, Pat. We were looking for January 1st, 1989.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
So our winners for this evening, Jaimen and Alex, were only 9 years off.
I knew it was old, but I also know there's too many people that I know that were born in the 80s that would be pissed if I said that was an old disc.
I mean, even I was born in 89, but like that seems, just okay.
So the shark is older than you?
Yeah. Apparently, that's wild to think. I guess
What month are you born?
December 21st.
You're almost a 90s baby.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much on the. I was the older kid in class. I was the weird one.
All
if you
right,
couldn't
well,
tell.
Congratulations, Alex and Jaimen. That was a little tighter, but Corey and Erich picked the right category.
Yes.
Yeah, we crushed it. Honestly,
If that was flipped, we would have lost like 18-0.
You don't think you would have gotten any of those music ones?
Let me look at them again. Yeah, maybe Zeppelin.
Probably would have switched about halfway through, too.
Yeah,
so.
100%.
yeah. I would have got Skyrocket, Zeppelin, but none of the rest of them. And Habit, Corey got, which was that was we needed that one to stay alive. So that
yes.
we did better than hey. I told you, dude. You had to have the right attitude.
All right. Any birthdays coming up? I got Michael Chadwick. I think he's a wedge guy. Bart Welch is another one.
We got Troy Vasari. It's not Vasari. His birthday is on Saturday.
It's Vasari?
I think we
discussed
found that
before?
out relatively recently. I think it was Vasari.
That's another one you gotta remind me next
Hey,
time.
believe me, it took him 7 years to say something to me finally. I think I known this dude for like at least 6 years, and he finally told me I thought he was bullshit.
Long Island guy Greg Sapphire.
Dan Brooks Wells is the 23rd.
Oh.
Okay, there you
Robbie Hendricks is the 26th. That's a country clubber.
go. We've already celebrated Mike Cohen. All right. Thank you, Alex, Jaimen, Erich, Corey, and Jason, and sweet up Hudson Battle.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, everybody. Episode 7 is a key podcast to get past. If you can get past 7, then that's kind of like a good barometer. I think it may be because people are like, well, if people aren't listening after 6, you know.
I've always wanted to do one, but it would be the same way as you. It wouldn't be about caring about who's listening. It was more of just like a fun thing to do, to talk to people and just, you know. But there's 4.5 to 6 million podcasts worldwide.
Then the question becomes, how many active podcasts?
Exactly.
Even ones that are pretty well known, they go on large gaps, large breaks and such. So this local area disc golf is not a growth market. You know what I mean? That's always been my contention. We have Rob Weiss in Mississippi, but
not according to that one list that names you number one podcast, disc golf podcast. So
Growing sports or whatever.
I think also anybody else who pulls up that site it'll say theirs is number one. I don't know.
I kind of figured that would be the thing.
Yeah, I try not to take any of this stuff too seriously.
Take it very seriously.
Nah, then I'd stress, and who needs to stress? I think just everybody. Randy said he's going. I guess we should have been talking about it. There's a putting championship. Does anybody know anything about that?
Yeah,
I think it's similar to what happened last year with Greg Hill running it up in Northway Brewing. But I'm not 100%.
Last year, it was kind of like a run-up to the New York States, though, right? Or no?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
I don't think it was like officially associated with the states, other than, it is also kind of a state, thing.
I mean, Greg Barsby is supposedly up there today.
But he was there last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's usually up there.
2024 New York State champion, Greg Barsby.
Yes, sir.
Not to be confused with 2024 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year and AI Denier, Tucker Kozlowski.
AI Denier.
I don't know. Jaimen, you do music, and I don't know how much AI can affect that. But just real quick, as far as like learning, I mean, what's the difference between me reading a book and then doing a report in my own words, which is really just rewriting the book in a different way, or having AI do it and then tweaking it? Or am I just that far out of school that, you know what I mean? What are your thoughts on that?
There's a couple of different things. And I know you kind of talked to Jaimen about this, but my thought is a lot of people are just doing the AI part and not, like going through and tweaking it. And plus, if you're supposed to be doing a book report on something and then you just do the AI report of it, then you're not really doing what the book report is supposed to.
That's a good point. I did have I was at a wedding. Rob Gertzman got married. Congratulations, Rob. And in true Rob fashion, he asked me to write a speech about 2 days before the wedding. So ChatGPT, for that reason, was just a good way for some inspiration, not to copy and paste, but just to, get me kind of jump started in the right direction. And so I use it in that way. But to use the art directly without any modification is wild, or to use like the text just straight off.
That's almost like you read a chapter and at the end you got to answer the questions and you literally write word for word what is in the book. You didn't really learn. I mean, yeah, you're going to learn something by writing it down. That's always a good thing. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you use it as a tool, even with trivia, I use Wikipedia. It's not the end all be all though. It's like I need a second source.
Yeah, but that's sourcing. That's not like that's so different.
No, I get it, but
right?
I'm still saying like Wikipedia is not the most reliable, neither is most AI. It's just like using it as inspiration even, or, I don't know.
Yeah. The thing is, Wikipedia tends not to hallucinate things, which is a problem with AI.
Well said.
Any thoughts on that, Jaimen, or no?
Yeah, actually. One of the things with AI is when it replaces creative industry work, that's, kind of a big no-no, but you weren't about to go out and hire a composer to make a theme song for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like Discraft using AI artwork for their stamps, that kind of stuff. It's something that you weren't going to do otherwise.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're not using it to make money or anything like that. It irks me when people use AI for like tournament flyers and that kind of stuff. You can see it from a mile away at this point. I think that's pretty lame, but like that's because that's taking money directly out of the creative economy. I guess that's where it is. It isn't a zero-sum game.
Yeah, no, 100%. For example, I wouldn't do the intro song for the podcast was done by a disc golfer. I wouldn't use AI for that. It's not a money thing. It's hey, there's a guy who did that, Not that he did it specifically for the podcast. He had it done. He just sent me like 3 or 4 samples. Jack even sent me a sample. It's just I found this 30-second clip that fit exactly the kind of tone I wanted to set, kind of relaxing.
When people are using AI, it kind of reminds me of somebody playing with a Slinky. It's like, oh, this is kind of cool. When it gets past that and I see them using it as an actual tool, that's when it gets a little scary, but we're in the Slinky phase on the podcast.
Okay. All right.
Just having fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going down one step at a time.
Yeah, I found myself the other day going, is there any other segment to do a song for? But then I'm like, no, I don't want to have it like 5 songs and during the podcast that are just,
I do think it's important to actually venture down the rabbit hole of AI just to understand how truly powerful it is, because it, it can, it's really incredible tool, and but also it has a negative side. It's like they're saying it's kind of a Sophie's choice. It's a tough one.
Even like at my job, I see AI used in a lot of different areas. My favorite spot that it's used is summing up a meeting and creating bullet points and takeaway actions and stuff like that. What I don't like is when I'm in the software development side of things, is when a developer comes to me and like, oh, Copilot said this, or ChatGPT some random like broad question and it spit this out. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but do you understand what it said? If it tells you like how to code something, do you understand what it's trying to do? Or are you just going to copy and paste this and send it off without actually like vetting it or double checking its work? Or, did you ask one prompt, it spit out one answer and you're just like, oh, AI did it for me, and not actually understanding how anything worked.
Yeah.
More of like, instead of reading an encyclopedia, having it help you get to the answer, not just...
Dude, before you know it, it's just this whole podcast is going to be AI. We're not even going to be necessary. It's all over. 6 months.
You kind of joke, but there are podcasts that are like 100% AI.
Oh,
I'm sure they're edited and such, but yeah.
It's weird when you see a picture, automatically.
I hate to tell you this, but none of us are necessary.
Oh, dude, I already know that. Thank you for the reminder. My existential crisis is always usually peaking.